Hello, this is Lindsay Conlin. This is my Nurse 437 midterm review video. I found this course really interesting and relevant so far. I've learned a lot from every unit, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to talk about two learning moments that have really stuck out for me and that I'm going to carry and apply to my practice as an RN. So for Unit 2, health promotion, I found it really interesting and relevant to apply the social determinants of health to the remote northern communities, particularly the Indigenous community. I was really shocked and saddened to hear about the inequalities that we have in healthcare and health access in Canada. From the forums, I've learned that the Northern Territories have the highest healthcare budget in the country, yet the poorest healthcare system and access to healthcare, which shows that it's not always just a budget issue and that money isn't the be all end all of healthcare. Working with the LPN BN evaluation tool on the Karna competencies, I've been learning about cultural humility and the ability to learn, reflect, and apply not only the culture of others into their care, but your own, and to be aware of your own cultures and your own practices, whether it's a religious or not. Just knowing and being culturally aware is really important, and that might be the reason that we're not able to um, build these relationships with these communities and these bonds, because it's a culture shock for these healthcare professionals coming in, and they just cannot relate and build these trusting relationships within these communities because of that. So um, in my practice as an RN, I'm definitely going to, before passing judgment on someone's health, making making poor healthcare choices, I'm definitely going to look further into their situation, their access, and their availability to things that we need to be healthy. Applying that to these Indigenous communities, they don't have access to healthcare, and often when they do need healthcare, they have to leave their communities, which is a strain on themselves, the community, and their family. They have no food security. Grocery trucks might come once every 1 or 2 weeks. Um, they don't have access to the fresh, healthy foods that we recommend eating. So they're eating the processed foods that can stay on the shelves and that aren't going to go bad. And that might be all that they can afford. They have poor housing, unsafe housing, dirty living conditions. We know that that's not going to promote the best health for them and their families, and just no education. If these people aren't educated, how can we expect them to make the proper healthcare choices if they just do not know how? So I think rather than it's just being a problem of accessing healthcare, we need to just really start from the bottom and look as to the basics for these people rather than bringing people in and trying to save the day. The second learning moment I had was from the palliative care assessment for Skills 1. I appreciated the chance to be able to practice these difficult conversations that I have found awkward in the past. I do work with palliative care in acute rural um, hospital that I work in, but I have not had the chance to do a palliative care from start to finish. So that was really good. I appreciated the chance to get to watch my peers do their assessments. I did learn a lot through them. I talked in my assessment about doing a holistic approach to care, but going back and reflecting on it, I really wish I would have assessed further my patient's family, as she did voice that they were her caregivers. The caregiver module in this course was really great. It really emphasizes the that caregivers are the backbone to the care that our patients are getting. So if my patients' caregivers were not doing well or crumbling, likely the care of my patient, Sheila, was going to crumble as well. So I think it's really important to assess not just the physical and the one person, but in community health, we need to look at the whole community and the access and how the family is doing, because they're all one unit, and each party is going to affect the next. So that was definitely a moment, and just including more community resources into my assessment would have been a good place to start, as palliative care or any kind of community care does not start and end with the nurse. We need to offer things that the community can enforce and help through for our patients. So those were a few moments that I've taken, and I look forward to the rest of the course. Thanks.